Welcome to part 2 on my review of the Terminator movies. The most recent Terminator movies would not just be numberless, but also be rated PG-13. Terminator Salvation was sort of a breath of fresh air because it's not the same exact plot that we've seen 3 times already. This one takes place early on in the war with the machines in the future. I was glad to see them go in this direction because I've always wanted to see a Terminator movie focusing on the war itself. John Connor, this time played by Christian Bale, is a soldier who is rising in the ranks, and some call him a true leader. There's also a subplot involving a wandering man played by Sam Worthington, who runs into a teenager named Kyle Reese, this time played by Anton Yelchin. The two plots intercept, and we find out that he is in fact a Terminator. Now, this was an interesting plot twist, but the damn trailer completely spoiled it! But then again, it was not much of a surprise because no human could survive this. This movie features a lot of characters, but most of them are not very interesting to say the least. Christian Bale is obviously picked because the Christopher Nolan Batman movies were popular at the time, and it was hard to not watch him without thinking of him as Batman. In fact, you still probably remember his whole rant.
I want you off the fucking set, you prick! Now don't just be sorry, think for one fucking second! The fuck are you doing? Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur.
As much as I feel this movie is sort of dry and lacks action, it looks great on a visual standpoint. The whole look of everything looking gray and dirty showed how bleak their world was for them. In fact, the CGI in this movie is actually pretty underrated. Some of the best usage is when we see John Connor fight the CGI replica of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Throughout the fight, we see more and more of the infamous T-800 model that looks real. Another scene is this continuous shot of John Connor flying a helicopter that looks very real even to this day. The robots were interesting too. I like how much variety this movie gave us outside the Terminators that we're used to seeing. There's this huge capturing robot that feels very similar to a Transformer, but I'm getting a little off topic. So, was Terminator Salvation truly the salvation of this franchise? Kinda. I mean, it is better than the third one, but it falls short of the first two. I give Terminator Salvation 2.5 stars out of 4. Well, I was hoping for a sequel, but because the studio that had the film rights went bankrupt, the sequel was cancelled, and we were back to square one. Now, this year we have Terminator Genisys, or I'm sorry, Genisys. So in this sort of reboot, Kyle Reese, this time played by Jai Courtney, is sent back in time to protect Sarah Connor, this time played by Emilia Clarke. But to his surprise, she's already trained and protected by a T-800. If that wasn't enough, John Connor, this time played by Jason Clarke, is infected by Skynet to become a T-3000 and is now its puppet. If I told you the plot holes in this one, I would be spoiling the movie for you. In addition, I felt that casting Jai Courtney as Kyle Reese was a big miscast. But I did like Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor, and it was nice to see Arnold Schwarzenegger as a Terminator again. Speaking of, one of my favorite scenes is when we see old Arnold fights his younger self. I did like seeing them reenact some scenes from the first movie. They did a good job, but the punks looked more like Green Day. Although I do think I need to rewatch this movie again to give it more of a proper review, I think it was generally good. It is better than the last two, but the first two by James Cameron are better. On a side note, James Cameron himself gave this movie his blessing. I also like this movie's commentary on how we are over-reliant on technology today that was more true when the first Terminator movie came out. I give Terminator Genisys 3 stars out of 4. So, John Carter, oh wait, wrong movie.